Hey! We are back at it. Wonderful Thursday Night Live. Hopefully, you all had a wonderful week. If not, TJ, Mariah, myself, we'll try to make it better for you the weekend. Hopefully, your weekend is just getting started, especially for those that are watching it in the future. And reminder of that, thanks to all the replay crew. You guys rock. Keep it up. Sorry, I got a little distracted by one fish was yawning. That's how I feel, yawning. But you know what? The weekend's here, so it's gonna be okay. Welcome in, TJ. Welcome in, Mariah. You all have a good week so far.
Yeah, week was really good, and I'm feeling high energy tonight for some reason. So maybe I can make up the difference for you there, vibes. I don't know.
Yeah,
Think it was a good week, and yeah, I'm just really excited that we're here for Thursday night again.
awesome. How
How
about
about
you,
you, Mariah?
Mariah?
Yep, I also had a good week. I mean, it's been pretty long, up and down, but it's good. Glad to be back for Thursday night.
Awesome. And I think
And
viewers are,
you
are
fish
going to
are
be back
doing
too as well.
wonderful.
And for those coming in, I did put a poll in the chat. Just kind of curious. It's not curious. It's a reminder to everyone. Did you make someone else's day better? If you don't hear anything else tonight, or forget anything else in the live stream tonight, remind yourself. If you haven't done it yet, go ahead and make someone else's day better. I mean, just a smile to someone else can make someone else's day better. So, some encouragement. That's the whole goal of tonight. Actually, the whole channel, by the way, is to make someone else's day better. How about that? That should be the new slogan of Vibes Aquatics. Making someone else's day better. I know it's not a fish question, but or statement.
I think that's
Any
allowed.
what?
I think that's allowed.
It's
Thank
your
you.
channel. Whatever you
Yeah,
want is
man.
allowed.
Wow. I think my co-hosts are trying to make me feel good tonight.
Because we're trying to make someone's day better. Come
Aww,
on.
That's right.
I like it. And before we get too far, hashtag claws, where it seems, coming in. And hey, if you haven't watched Foxy Fishy's live stream yet this month, y'all are missing out. They're having a giveaways every Thursday night this month for the Christmas in July. Christmas? Whatever. Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
Fishmas in July.
moderators, you mind putting, I know I ask every week, but you mind putting a Foxy Fishy's channel link in the chat for those that haven't heard about it yet? They can go ahead and subscribe and go ahead and watch them. And they're live right before us every Thursday night, for those that wonder. So, just give them some love. And we do want to shout out Shady Grady. First one in the chat. Welcome in.
Welcome back, Mike. I know he had been going through some health stuff, and it's nice to see him back here in the chat.
Yeah, it is.
Most definitely.
And tonight's topic: how to get the most out of fish events. And before we get into it, though, I did want to. I see some new ones, new people in the chat. If you ever wondered what a topic is going to be on Thursday night, if I do put it in, it would be below the live stream. You'll see the more. If you hit more, there'll be a topic, and it'll tell you what it is. That way, y'all can be thinking about how you can contribute to that question or that topic. That way, you're not in the dark. So, because hey, you know what, y'all? We get a lot of good points, not just from those on panel, also a lot of y'all in the chat. So it's like hanging out with y'all. It's like sitting in my living room, hanging out with y'all. So, and don't feel bad about asking a question. No question is stupid here. So all questions are welcome. And if the question is not on topic that evening, we might start, and that might be a topic for the future. So which it's happened in the past, y'all. A question will come on, and it's a really good question. I'll start it, and then we'll talk about it later. And if we have time at the end of the live stream before we get off, we might even talk about it. So go ahead, ask away. Okay. I think TJ and Mariah tonight are the ones that got this together for the topic.
Mm-mm.
No, it was TJ?
I think I came up with the basic premise of the question, and then we
Was not me.
worked on it from there. So
Yeah, I didn't say much this time. I had a busy week.
yeah, it's okay.
So, but when they mentioned it, I took it up. That's good enough for me, you know.
Yeah, I figured it was seemed like it was event season in a lot of ways, right? We've
Yes.
heard a lot about. It wasn't that long ago. You were at Aquashella in Dallas. There's another one coming up, I think, in Chicago, and
Mm-hmm.
Daytona's coming up, and my kind of annual event going to the Clash here in Pennsylvania is coming up here in the very beginning of October, and so I felt like it was a really good thing to do because I feel like there's a bit of a strategy to these things. I think there's many strategies. Like
Right.
most of the topics we talk about, there's not just one way, but I do feel like it can be beneficial to go in with a little bit of a strategy, and for those that have gone to the events before to kind of give our experiences to kind of help you think about what your strategy is going to be.
I like it. I know we don't shout it out in the live stream on Thursday night, but for those that want to watch live streams about Australia and America fish keeping, I had my first live stream with my new co-host last Saturday night, and this is going to be like a monthly basis, once a month for now, until my new co-host. If they like it, it might be every week, but we'll see about that once. But now it'll be once a month. And this past Saturday, it was about bucket fish. So it's going to continue to get deeper in that fish keeping hobby. So that's just a side note. If you want to see about Australia versus America fish keeping, but I thought it was interesting. And I do want to go over to fishhunt.link. And if you haven't heard of fishhunt.link, y'all, it's a website where a lot of us fish tubers are on. And there's a participation list over there. Those of y'all participating in the chat. So if you want to have a shout out, go ahead and say hi. And I'll be in here in a bit. I'll be off the list. We got Vibes Aquatics, Shady Grady, DD, Outside Aquatics. Hey, Bratton, Lightcap, I seen you earlier. Jeff Kane, Zen Ginger, Dennis Christensen, Fish Dreams, Fathom Aquatics, Gnoski, Paul McCarthy, James Reef, Sonny G, and Pumpkin Creek Aquatics. Welcome in, y'all. A great team already coming in. And for those who don't know, there's a lot of fish tubers that we see regularly in the chat that do have content as well themselves. So you might, if you have a chance, go ahead and check out everyone in the chat. You'll get to meet fellow fish content creators, and they're all good. So go ahead and check them out if you want something to watch. And if you ain't sure who to watch, like I said earlier, go to fishhunt.link and just put in the search bar and put in all content creators, and it'll give you an idea what to watch. So, anyways, back to the chat, to the live stream topic.
Yeah, and I think there was a couple of questions that came in there. We had let's see, we had Zen that came in and asked what events we're going to, and so I kind of shared it already that for me, I'll be going to the Keystone Clash here the first weekend of October. Quite excited about that. A really wonderful event, and even better than that is all the wonderful folks that show up there. And I have had the last 2 years the opportunity to go there and meet a bunch of the people, both those in the chat as well as a bunch of other people. And I think that's one of the great things about these events for me is having the time to connect with people that we don't maybe see face to face more than a time or two a year.
Mm-hmm.
What about you guys? Vibes, you've already gone to one event, and I think maybe you may consider another one.
By the way, TJ, what is the Keystone Clash? You mentioned it.
Yep, it's a great.
You mind sharing with us?
No, I don't mind one bit. I love the Keystone Clash. In case that is not obvious to everybody, Keystone Clash is an event that happens one time a year. It's usually at the end, usually like the third week of September. This year, it's the first week of October. It is always has been the last number of years held at the Holiday Inn in Morgantown, Pennsylvania. And it is a club-run event. So the Cichlid Club of York and the Aquarium Club of Lancaster County, so two Pennsylvania-based fish clubs, put on this event.
That sounds
and
so
it's
fancy.
what's that?
It sounds so fancy.
It sounds
It is.
fancy. It's a really well-run event, but it's
Yes, I'm the Duke
not.
Cichlid of York.
Yeah, well, sure, yeah. I've yet to meet the Duke though, so I don't know. Maybe that's only special occasion. But they do this really great event. It's all volunteer run, so a lot of people from those clubs and other folks, including people from our community, all get involved in doing different things and helping to put it on, and even take part in being like speakers and vendors and things like that. And Keith, good to see you, Keith.
Hey, Keith, welcome in.
He just hopped in the chat and said class is not fancy, and it's not. It is a wonderful event. Not to say that it's not a high quality event, because it is, but it's everybody and anybody is welcome, and you don't have to feel like you've got to be
Somebody.
Yeah, you don't have to be anybody in particular to go and enjoy the event. But just a great event. It starts usually on Friday of that week, and finishes up on Sunday with a big auction that they do. And yeah, so it's basically 3 days of all sorts of fish fun. I highly recommend it if you are able to make it up there. I think it's definitely worth a trip.
I did see some more people come in. Big Steve, he said his birthday is that Sunday at the Clash. So
really,
yeah.
All right. So we'll have to celebrate.
Yeah, we got Stephen White come in from Spain. Welcome in. Small Fish 16, welcome in. And Fish on that link, the KGE came in. Welcome in, y'all. And I did see a super chat, super sticker. Pepe and Quick
Brian.
Hey, Brian, you had to do that. Sorry, y'all. Wasp just showed up to my live stream.
Uh-oh. Is he giving you the side eye?
Yeah. Now he disappeared.
Okay.
Oh, what's wrong, Bob? You don't want to let it just sit on you and give you a little kiss like you do the mosquitoes? No. Let him land on your leg. Let him hang out with you for a minute.
Yeah, no way. Sorry y'all about that. But
that's what you do with the mosquitoes, ain't it?
And now he's over by the window. As long as he's over there, he's okay.
Okay. Are you
ain't got no fly swatter?
So the fly swatter is over there as well.
Oh, grab a fish net. Maybe you can catch him and then squish him.
Yeah. Sorry, y'all. I'm a little.
The look of terror on your face.
Yeah, it's pretty obvious.
Stop it, y'all. No. Uh, you know what, y'all?
No, I don't know what.
I think I might go
Love
ahead
your
and
vibe.
you know what? I think TJ and Mariah are going to take over for a little bit while I go try to find the wasp and get rid of it because I got bumps on my arm. This ain't cool. So
Are you
Okay.
allergic to them?
yes, I am.
Oh,
Oh, well,
okay.
And
yeah,
it can send
never
me to
mind.
the emergency room. So
Okay,
I
so
retract
we're
my
gonna take
evil
over
laugh.
for a minute.
yeah.
Okay.
Thanks again, Peplin. I'll be right back, y'all.
Okay, we got you.
Good luck, guys. Be safe.
Yeah. So, Mariah, I think you and I are we're in a bit of a similar spot in the fact that I haven't gone to fish events for years and years and years and years. Right. This will be my third time going to the Keystone Clash, and I know you've been, I think, to one Aquashella. So I feel from that standpoint, right? We both know the events, but it's not like I can say, "Oh, I've been going for forever," and it's always a bit of a learning experience for me, right? And so, you know, help me understand, like your first time going to Aquashella. You build up, I think, kind of an idea in your head of what it's about to be, and how you're
Hmm.
gonna kind of approach the situation, but can you kind of compare for me the impression that you had and then what actually happened?
So for me, going into it, since I had never experienced anything even similar to something like that, I honestly didn't have any preconceived notion of what to expect going into it because I didn't really do any research about the event. I didn't really ask around about it. The only way I had even heard of it was Vibes had mentioned it casually, and then I looked it up and I was like, oh, that sounds like it might be pretty cool. And it just somehow ended up happening for both of us. We were able to help each other out for the whole process for both of us to be able to make it. And not having um, kind of an idea of what to expect going into it was way better for me because I was even more mind blown seeing it all, right? I
Mm-hmm.
mean, I had been to like different types of conventions before, but never anything like this with live animals, especially on that scale. Like fully aquascaped tanks and everything so beautifully set up. It was really a shock for me, honestly, my first time. And to be completely honest, the first day was very high energy for me, but not in the best way. The only reason I say that is because when I first arrived, I was extremely exhausted. So I had gotten up about 5 o'clock the morning before, driving down to Daytona to go about an hour away from my house to pick up my rental car. And then my job, which was about an hour away from where I had to pick the rental car up, I had to be at within 30 minutes after picking up the rental car. So I had to haul butt to work, which I made it on time. Worked a 10-hour shift at the grooming salon, got off, came home, laid on the couch for a couple hours, watching a show, and then loaded up the car and drove to Daytona overnight.
Mm-hmm.
Arrived in Daytona about 6:45 that morning, and we had to be at the venue at 8 a.m. So I had just about enough time to change clothes in my car in the parking lot of the hotel. We got there too early to be able to check in, and the rooms weren't ready. So I was pretty exhausted walking around that first day. Um, Even Vibes could tell you, and Drew and quite a few other people that were there that I met, at one point, about maybe 2 hours in of walking around and bouncing around and being really excited, seeing all of the different booths and setups, I just kind of paused and I found the nearest chair and just sat down for a minute. And they were like, "Are you okay? Is everything good?" And I was stuck for a minute. I needed water and I needed something to eat fast.
Sure.
Staying up for that long and having that much intake of everything that was going on, so much stimulation, it was a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So that's one thing I definitely will say is that you will probably get a much better initial experience if you are very well rested,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree
or at
with
least
you.
somewhat rested.
Yeah, I think, one of my things is to pace yourself. There is so
Hmm.
much to see, so much to experience. You've got the
Hmm.
aspect of all your friends, old and new, that are around. It is easy to just go 100 miles an hour from the very beginning, and you want to see all the different things that are going on, and you've got to kind of take that
Hmm.
time. I frequently find that, I'll go back to my room for, just a few minutes periodically, just to kind of have that sort of decompression time, and
Hmm.
make sure that I'm rested, and uh, the walking back and forth, and after a while you get tired, and so making sure that you pace yourself. And I think also kind of, what I like to do is take a look at the schedules, and sort of prioritize what are the things I absolutely must see and do,
Hmm.
that are on the sketch, because there's scheduled events, and then there's all the other stuff that happens, right? Because
Right.
when you're at one of these events, and it's one where a lot of the other folks in the community are showing up, there's the other stuff that's not part of necessarily the convention itself. It's
Hmm.
the dinners, or the evening hangouts, or sitting in, the hospitality room and chatting, and
Right.
you've kind of got to figure out what are the things that are on the schedule that I want to do, and then making room for all of those other things to be, for you to be able to participate.
Right. And see, for me being brand new, essentially, in the community, I didn't really have any of those connections quite yet. I mean, I was able to quickly make connections with quite a few people uh, after meeting them down there, after being able to speak with them in live chat or whatever. And that was really nice. But like you said, though, that those type of events outside of the convention are things that I wasn't necessarily too aware of, which honestly I didn't really care about at the time. I was just excited to be there and have this initial experience, so that way I could kind of understand what to expect going into it next time.
Hmm.
Now I kind of have a little bit more of an idea what to look forward to. Um, like certain guest speakers I may want to see, or specific aspects of the aquascaping competition, as opposed to doing what I did before, which was just kind of bouncing all over the place and just being so excited to see everything. I wanted to intake as much as I possibly could while I was there.
Hmm.
So meeting all these people that I've been watching on YouTube for such a long time, meeting people that I've been interacting with, um, and it was, like I said, it was a very surreal experience for me for the first time. And ever since I left, I haven't been able to stop talking about going back.
Hmm. Hmm.
Not just for the event in and of itself, but in all reality, guys, Daytona is such a beautiful city and it's incredibly peaceful and relaxing. And November is the absolute perfect time of year to go. The weather was amazing and there's not a lot of people in the town at all, even when there's huge events going on like something like that we had going on. There's not a lot of too much activity going on. So it's very peaceful
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and rather inexpensive as well.
Yeah, kind of off season.
Hey, welcome in, y'all. I'm back.
You all right, buddy?
Yep. I didn't get stung, so
Okay.
we're good.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Woohoo.
Actually, when I got up, that thing just left. It disappeared. But I was able to sit back down and wait. And it came out again. So I got up, I chased it down, and I sent it to its better home. Yeah. So
Okay.
it won't be able to sting me anymore. So
Very good.
yeah. Sorry, my adrenaline is kind of up right now. Welcome in, Gabriel. Hey, Henry. Welcome in. Welcome in, everyone. Sorry, I'm checking with the chat while I was out. Hey, by the way, y'all, make sure you subscribe to TJ and Mariah, both of them. They did a great job of keeping this thing going while I had to step away.
Yeah, I mean, Mariah was a very good at entertaining my questions, so it worked out perfectly.
There is a comment in the chat that I wanted to bring up. Outside Aquatics, I wanted to meet people and talk to creators. And then when I showed up, I was so nervous to talk to people, I barely said hi. Actually, I understand that, Outside Aquatics. I was kind of the same way. Now, okay. Now it's a lot easier because I've been to silver events. So anymore, it's not as overwhelming. You know, especially watching creators online all the time. Okay, we're talking about this is back before I was actually doing content. Watching these people every week, I was actually kind of nervous to go up. I mean, to me, these are celebrities, right? Sort of, but they're not. But now, since I've been to several events, it's like they're the most easiest people to talk to. Because the majority of content creators are easy to talk to, and they want you to come talk to them. So, which like you, which like anybody else, people that in the fish hobby, you know. So,
yeah, I can also relate to that. The first time I went to the Clash, I had never done a live stream before. So I had been in the chats. People knew the screen name, didn't even know my real name, right, at that point. And I remember going there and showing up to the Clash. It was on the Friday morning. The show was going to start later that day. And I was like, oh, I wonder, if I'll see anybody that I recognize and, how will I fit in and all that other kind of stuff. And I walked in the door and I'm waiting in the line to get checked in. And right in front of me are the Metalheads.
mm-hmm.
And I was like, Josh and Jess? And they're like, yeah. And they turned around and looked at me and they knew they didn't know who I was by my face.
Right.
But I introduced myself and you would have thought we'd known each other for all our lives. Just right. It was just super easy. And it just it continued from there. I met other people as I was kind of walking in and out of the hotel, getting checked into my room. And yeah, it just kind of happened from there. And now it's kind of, I see the people and, again, it's like we've been friends for forever. So it is, you kind of go, oh gosh, I don't necessarily know these people, or at that time, I just was a name in some of the live stream chats. And so, it pays though to put yourself out there and just introduce yourself and, you never know kind of where it goes from there.
Right. And even though, say, if you never ever comment in a live stream or on a video, but you show up to an event, and if you're watching this, you show up to an event, just because nobody knows you does not mean go up and talk to these creators that you enjoy watching. Tell them who you are, and they'll treat you like they know you. So go ahead.
And I'd even say, if you're out there and you're watching this and you don't comment, please do.
Yes.
We want to get to know everybody that's involved because you're part of our community. And I think part of the excitement of it is to be able to participate and to be able to get to know these people, and these people want to get to know you. So don't feel shy that you can't say hi and get involved. So please do that.
Right. Um, so yeah, and by doing that, you also some of these creators you don't see that side of them,
Mhm.
whether relaxed or because when you're watching the videos or live streams, they're always pumped up. Hey, for instance, talking about being pumped up, even vibes. I'm not this way in person. For those who wondered, I mean, I'm a little bit. Now, depends if I'm wore out and really tired. I'm not as what do you call it? Excited. I'm more quiet. I'll be in the back of the group. For those who wondered. But yeah, and also being a content creator, you gotta have that next level of excitement. Otherwise, your videos and stuff are not gonna get watched. That's a fact of life. If you want to be on the camera, you have to have the next level of excitement. Right, TJ?
Yeah, I mean, I think that yeah, I think being on camera, being on a live stream is different than kind of being kind of more relaxed at an event like that. And so I think that's pretty normal. I would say the one thing that I haven't found, while people's demeanors may be a little bit different, right? Because they feel like they've got to be on for the show or whatever and have
Right.
high energy. So that may be different. But I think the quality of the people does not change,
No, it don't.
right? People that you see in the videos, that you look at it and you say, wow, those are really nice people. In general, I think in this community, that's exactly who they are.
Yeah.
And, you should feel confident in being able to talk to them and know that the same kindness and caring and all of the qualities that those people have is going to stay largely the same. There's always exceptions. Like there's nothing we can do about that. That's life. But in general, that's going to be how it is. And so if you like that person on stream, yes, maybe they aren't as energetic and they're not like we don't tend to go around like when we were at the Clash last year, right? Vibes, we weren't there doing topics, we weren't talking about our top 5 fit, right? That's not how we
Right.
kind of live life. But we are still the same people that you see here talking. So
I do want to do a quick little side note. For those that wondered what was happening, if you all missed it, there was a wasp flying around in here, and I'm allergic to those things. If I get stung, it could be an emergency room visit. That's a good idea outside aquatics. That bug assault gun. I might need to do that. My last time I got stung. Yeah, they weren't sure if I was gonna make it.
really,
Yeah, that was 2 years ago now. Yep, took me to the ER, and my whole neck swelled up.
oh
Yeah,
geez,
everything that I ate came up. Yeah, it was bad.
you have to keep an EpiPen.
I need to get one.
Okay.
Hey, welcome back, Mariah. We missed you very much. Hey,
You're back.
Stephen P., welcome in.
Sorry, y'all. I am streaming from my phone tonight, and my mom was calling me. Y'all already know when mama calls.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
fair.
Gotta answer.
That's fair.
Right.
That's fair. Steve says that I was the first Fish Fam member that he met at the Clash in 22. I remember that. We had dinner together at the pizza party that was thrown, I think, that Friday night, maybe. Or maybe it was Saturday night. But in any event, it was us, and it was Stephanie McGinnigan, who I haven't seen in the chats in quite a long time, but she was at our table. I forget who else was there. There was her mother was there. Yeah, that's right. I absolutely remember that we met there, and I've seen
Hey,
you
DJ,
now a couple of times since.
hey, DJ, are you sure you must never met me?
Steven said a wasp could move in and he would just pack and leave.
Yeah, I see some of your comments about burning the house down. I was at the verge. I was about ready. Okay, I'm leaving everything. I'm going to get a new house. Yeah.
Oh, Zen asked me a question. Do you have any
Go ahead.
fishy related content somewhere, like on any of my social media or just the autocross channel on YouTube? Yeah, so Zen, it's just the autocross channel. And I never created that with any intent of actually making it a channel. It's always been something that I actually use for my own kind of my own training. Especially now that I'm not doing autocross specifically. So the name is a bit of a misnomer. I did that for 8 years, and now I do different types of events on racetracks. And now that I go to the same tracks all the time, I use it just to be able to see what did I do last time and how is it different from time to time, so I know how I can get better. So that's why I always say every week that listen, nobody feel obligated to go and subscribe, but if you want to see what I'm up to, I'm happy to have you there. But yeah, so no fish content. I am really happy that I play the role of co-host here, and I've gotten the opportunity to join Steven and Jenna up on McStreamy, then Skipper and some other things, and that's kind of I'm happy to play that role. I don't see it that I'll spend a lot of time creating a channel of my own.
TJ
Oh,
is
that's
actually going to put a betta in a jar and view on the track, so it's aquarium related. So good in
yeah.
the hood. I can imagine.
Oh, that poor Beto would have a terrible experience.
I'm like, Mom, I wasn't born in the ocean.
That
For those
would
who
be
wondered,
that would
there's
be
Mariah's
horrendous for that poor fish.
channel.
Yep. Oh, Alex, I do have fish. I promise I do have fish.
That would get the views, cause yeah, Steven, you ain't
Like
wrong.
taking a fish down a water slide. Yeah, that'd be horrendous. The poor fish.
Here's the top 10 fish that can do 90 miles an hour.
Mm-hmm.
That's actually that's a good topic right there. Nazi B, welcome in. Okay, back to the fish events. And for those who wonder, that's Mariah's tank. It's phenomenal, y'all.
Yeah. New fish are
Thank
looking
you.
great.
My take is how to get most out of a fish
A
event.
lot of activity.
Mm-hmm.
It's actually get up and go to a fish event.
Mm-hmm.
That's the first thing you need to decide.
You want to know how I got the most out of my fish event?
Yeah. How?
I took home all this stuff after they were done taking down all the setups.
Well, there you go. And all it cost you was what? The gas to get there.
That's right.
Nice. That's a great take from the fish event. Now, there's more you can take
I
from the
flip
event
this thing.
than just fish, plants, equipment. You taking back. You might have met a new friend, or you might have met your favorite creator in person for the first time, or you'll be taking back some wisdom that you've heard or seen at the event. If you want to go to I'll just tell you how it is. The Keystone Clash is kind of like a high school reunion.
Yes.
Which is awesome, fun, exciting. But if you want to like a college reunion, go to Aquashella. It's where all the big dogs, if you want to say it like that, where all the big brands like Hikari, Seachem, Fluval, Aquion, the Extreme, Seashay. I mean, this goes on and on and on and on, right? So if you want to meet the actual brands of your equipment or fish food, there's a good chance you get to meet them and you ask questions even, or even encourage them. Hey, don't. That's the time to encourage these big companies, y'all. They love to hear from their customers, and sometimes they may never see the customers that really enjoy their products. So go ahead, share with them. And these companies, there might be some small companies that you'll meet the first time ever at these events. So yeah, they both have great places in this hobby, y'all. And these events, you can just go to the local fish club event.
Mm-hmm.
I actually kind of almost enjoy those more than the big ones. It's where you'll meet fellow hobbyists that have bred fish or have grown plants in their aquariums that it's overrun. The tanks are overrun now, so they're ready to part or give away or sell their equipment, plants, fish, hardscape. So.
Yeah, I think I also saw Gina put in the chat earlier. Her recommendation was to start to save spending money. She said like 6 months in advance, which is true because if you think about any of those types of events, there is usually a vendor room. Keystone Clash is no exception, right? It's got a great vendor room with people that are selling all sorts of different things, all sorts of different either fish and shrimp and plants or hardscape, could be aquariums, just all sorts of different types of equipment, types of food. Our very own Shelby and Grant have been vendors. We've seen certainly Keith has been there with KJE Aquatics and so many others that end up going and end up vending. And so they're going to all bring a lot of interesting stuff, sometimes stuff that you don't get the chance to see. So I think it's a good idea to kind of prepare yourself to make sure that you've brought a little bit of that spending money if you're able to, and also make the time to sort of peruse the vendor rooms. A lot of them are a lot of territory to cover and take your time. And yeah, I think it's really, really good.
Hey, welcome in, Foxy Fishy. Hashtag
Hey, Foxy.
Dog. And Mike Loves Live. Hey, Mike, how you doing? I've seen you in the stage. Hope you're doing okay, bro. Welcome in. And
I did see that one comment you put up there, Vibes.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
The Keystone Clash. Also, you'll meet fellow content creators, and you'll meet vendors that may be a teenager, which is awesome. I actually enjoy seeing that. Seeing vendors that are teenagers. Because that's next generation. And it's amazing that they are that involved with it, that they're actually selling stuff. So
like the Ferals.
The Ferals. That's right? Great.
Bree was there, and I got a vinegar eel culture from her. And so her and her mom Sandy both helped me pick it out, and Bree did a great job of she was so well organized. She had a sheet that she gave me that came with the culture and told me what to do, and had her contact info there if I had ever had any questions, right? So yeah, I think you're right. I think you see a lot of very talented people of all ages that do different things.
Yeah. About to that comment. But what I've seen, Aquashella is more of a corporate sponsored event. The Clash is more of a YouTube creator event. Stephen White from Spain, a good statement. Yeah. So go ahead, Mariah. What you gonna say?
I was gonna say, as far as the Clash is concerned, of course I wouldn't know because I've never attended. But from what it sounds like, And from seeing Aquashella, I would definitely agree as far as the corporate sponsorship. However, I will say one thing I did see from last year, and that I've seen a lot of encouragement with this year as well, is that even though Aquashella is corporate sponsored and it's mostly larger brands that are at the event, they encourage YouTube creators of all capacity to join and to come to Aquashella. And when you are there as a YouTube creator, you are there free of charge. It's on them. You don't have to pay for a ticket or anything like that. And you have special access to certain areas of the venue. It's not like, you know, super VIP areas or anything like that, but you get to kind of walk around in certain places that the regular ticket people don't.
Hey, George. Welcome
And
in, Mr. Kelly. How you
big
doing?
reason for that encouragement is because they want the YouTubers and the creators that are the people that reach people like us that were starting out in the hobby and reached out to places like YouTube and Instagram for different knowledge and product bases and things to use. And yes, it is more geared toward, of course, they want you to use their products, that any business that's set up that way, of course, that's what they want. However, they're not just pushing their products, they're actually educating you on what is and is not beneficial for you and your setups, your tanks. And if their product is not right for you, they will let you know that. And they also, majority of the brands that are there have many different types of samples that they offer for you to have the opportunity to try out their product to see if it is right for you.
Yes. Hey, Lumpy Dog, welcome in. But before I forget, though, I do want to shout out Mr. Callie. Hey, Mr. Callie, I'll have to message you later about that. Coming to San Antonio, I might want to meet up again. So, anyways, side note. Hey, Scotty Fish Fleet, welcome in.
Hey, Scotty. And then Outside In said, not sure if anyone said it, but get those early bird tickets possibly if you're looking to buy stuff, so you get first come, first serve. Yeah.
Yes.
And I think, certainly with the Clash, that time period has ended, but usually within the first 30 or 60 days of the tickets going live, they offer a discount code that gets
Yes.
you the weekend admission for 25% off or something like that. I
Yeah.
think instead of $100, it's like 75. So yeah, if you know you're going to go, make sure that you jump on that. Cause I think that's, a nice perk that the clubs in that case give to people who are going to commit to going.
Yeah.
I think the other oh, go ahead.
No, let's change the subject. Go ahead.
I was going to say the other thing that I wanted to bring up is, to get the most out of the event. One of the other things I recommend is help out.
Mm-hmm.
Last year, I enjoyed the opportunity. I helped on, I think it was Thursday morning. So I got to the Clash Wednesday night. I'm planning to do that, I think, again this year. And Thursday, I helped set up for the fish show. And it's a small crew of people usually that run a lot of these, especially when we're talking about something that's a club run event like the Clash. And so what ends up happening invariably is that small group of folks, they end up doing a ton of work. And so I know that they're really happy to have a set of extra hands to be able to go and do even just small things, moving things around, setting up displays. It doesn't have to be that you've got any specific skill or anything that they're looking for, just to be willing to be there and to just do things for them. And I think it enhances the experience. For me, it does. I enjoy being able to give back. So I'd encourage, for those of you that go to these events, and to your point, Vibes, if it's, if it's even just your local fish club, I enjoy helping out at the monthly meetings.
Yes.
And I think that's, just something to keep in the back of your mind is a good way to meet people. It's an additional way to get ingrained in the community, and it helps out, a bunch of people that are working incredibly hard for months and years to try and put these events on.
Mm-hmm. And like Mariah was saying earlier about getting samples, that reminded me at Aquashella, there's a lot of equipment or fish food, etc. That's a new
Mhm.
product, right?
Mhm.
That they're bringing out, so you'll get to see it in action before it's out to the public, you know.
Yep.
So if you're looking for a new product and you haven't seen it out, if you haven't seen it anywhere yet, Aquashella might be your ticket.
Mhm.
See it before it gets out. But yeah, Stephen P
This is a
mentioned about
perfect example.
what's that? Oh,
This
it
is
is.
one of the type. This is one of the samples that I got from last year. I've been buying this food ever since because they absolutely love it and it does wonders. And it doesn't make a mess in the tank at all.
Nice.
Yeah, that stuff's good stuff, by the way. Stephen P mentioned about the event in Baton Rouge. Yeah, actually, Stephen, I'm kind of the same way. I wonder how it's going to be. It sounds kind of cool. Small event like that.
And Dee Dee shouted you out, Vibes, as the hardest worker.
Nah, I just did my part. Outside quarks, back to that. Good point too, but I meant the early access. Yeah, Aquashella has an early bird pass that lets you get in early. That way,
Yep.
you can meet your favorite creators, content creators, or if you want to get some merch or uh, buy stuff at the event. Yeah, get the early bird
Mhm.
pass. Get let you in earlier. Yeah. Oh, nothing else. You can register early to the class and get a shirt, the goodie bag. Those shirts are awesome, y'all. I actually got one from last year.
And from talking to a few people last year, guys, from what I heard, if you do go in early and before they start letting everybody the regular ticket holders in, sometimes the vendors will give creators discounts for certain things
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
because they know creators are going to mention those products on their channels. And it's beneficial for not only the creator, but it's beneficial for the company as well. And the person that's going to use the product.
mm-hmm.
Oh yes, bring cash,
Yeah.
definitely.
Oh,
Cash is the best.
and Gina was also a vendor at the Clash this
Yes.
past year. Gina, hopefully you're going to go. I'd like to see you again, and Nathan, who became your lovely assistant at your booth.
Yeah. Yeah. Going through the chat. Good point. Yes, Scotty.
Mm-hmm.
If you're going to the clash, please fill out the form. Yes. Make it a little easier on those at the clash, y'all. And also about events, if you're going, it's up to you. You can go and record everything, video everything, or just go and enjoy yourself. You don't have to record anything. You don't have to. Even if you're a content creator, I mean, I know, but the recording stuff, you have more content to share, right? But you don't have to. Just go and enjoy it.
Henry asked how much cash should a person bring, and I think Gina is right. She answered it. It depends really on how much you want to spend. So, I think you got to think about the types of things maybe that you're interested in looking at and try and estimate. I think you're going to find. I think you're going to find that the prices on things generally are quite reasonable. The people that are there are small vendors. They're looking to get their name out there. They're looking to provide whatever it is that they're selling to the community. So I think in general it tends to be pretty reasonable. You can find some different deals and things like that the vendors will work with you. So you really just have to try and judge a little bit of how much volume of stuff and what kinds of things. Are you looking for really expensive fish and plecos, stuff like that? Then you better bring some decent money. But you can also get some really nice rice fish and guppies and all of those kinds of things, and won't be near as expensive. So I think just kind of try and prepare for what you think is usually how much you're going to want to come home with, and go from there.
Yeah. Now, why are you going for it? What's your reason for going to a fish event? For me, I'm going. Number one, going to a fish event is to meet fellow hobbyists.
Mm-hmm.
Now, okay, you're getting fish, plants, equipment. That's cool and all, but if it was just an event of items, I probably wouldn't go.
Agreed.
It's something about meeting another person that's in the same hobby.
Yep.
It's kind of weird where you'll meet strangers that you're not really strangers because you have the same level of there's a connection because you're on the same ground.
Yep. The community.
Yes.
Which, let's be honest, that's the reason we're all here too.
It always spawns connection.
What's that? I'm sorry, Mariah, I cut you off.
I said common interest always spawns connection.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep. Yep.
And I think what makes it even more interesting is the fact that obviously we all know that we have the common interest, but it's the differences that make us also interesting to each other, and the different ways that we do things and implement things, and the other hobbies and interests that we have outside of this one that make us even more so connected.
Yep. Yeah, I think that's right. You and I, all three of us were talking about this before the stream, right? Of how we've got these different and busy and kind of crazy lives, and I've got a racing hobby, which is very different than a fish keeping hobby, and we all bring that with us, right? And I think that is kind of one of the interesting things, is really to get to know each other at a deeper level, more than just what we see here or that we know of our fish part of our lives. And yeah, I think it builds those true friendships and connections. And for me, that's a big piece of why I think these events are so good.
Yes.
Absolutely.
And there's a lot of good points in the chat about getting there early. Yes. Getting there early to a fishing event that will give you more time to, you could go walk through the whole event, and then you go back and talk to certain people that you missed or that you want to have a deeper conversation with, or you have questions about the product, etc. If you get there early, you'll have more time for that. If you just show up late and only there for an hour, you won't have enough time to, yeah.
I will say this as well. Even though I still have yet to come to the common interest of cottage cheese with you vibes, it was quite a pleasant surprise. It was quite a pleasant surprise in Daytona to find out that you like coffee and donuts just as much as I do.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm just your average person, y'all. I'm nothing special.
Well, that's not true.
Oh,
okay.
Stop it! You're completely special.
Mm-hmm. Who else would, as I stumbled into the creator, the YouTube studio at the Clash, would invite me on camera and have me be an instantaneous third member of the stream at that exact moment? I mean, that was totally unexpected. I had no idea, and I had no idea it would lead to this, where we're coming up. We just talked last week that we're coming up in October. It'll be a year we've been doing this.
Yep. I was just telling Cameron about that earlier, as a matter of fact.
And that happened because of the Clash, right? So it's the connections that we make. And you and I had spoke earlier in that weekend, right? Vibes. And I think, it just led to that. And so I think that these things are really, 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 great for just unexpected types of opportunities.
Hey, super sticker. Thanks, Foxy. You know how to do
Thanks,
that.
Foxy.
And the sticker is an ice cream cone. Hey, Foxy, are you supplying the ice cream this year with the Clash?
Oh,
If you are, Foxy, I might try to show up for that. Thanks, Foxy, for the $1.49 soup sticker. Thank you.
Outside In wanted to know if I change my oil or change water in the aquariums more frequently, and it's definitely water in the aquariums more frequently.
I was going to
Definitely.
say, if
Definitely.
you do or more frequently, either you have overcome your nitrates and your ammonia in your aquarium very well.
Nope, definitely water changes happen more frequently. Oil changes are every three events, every three races. I change the oil, and water changes happen typically every 2 weeks. I think Jeff Kane is taken off. Jeff, thanks for joining us.
Yeah, and for those who don't know, Jeff Kane does live streams, right?
Yeah.
When you're out kayaking, that's so awesome.
Yeah, he does it out on the water.
What, Foxy? You can't make this class this year. Oh.
Yeah, well, that's too bad. Understand. I mean, there's a lot of stuff going on.
It's okay. It's okay, Foxy.
We'll be thinking about you guys, though.
Aww. Hopefully there's enough YouTubers that do live streams regularly that show up to the Clash and can do some live streams at the event.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they've got the whole room set aside for that type of stuff.
Jeff really in his bedroom, Lakers a green screen. I like it, Devlin. That's a good point, though. Now, for those who don't know, Jeff Kane is awesome.
Gone somewhere.
Okay. And
King.
And you mentioned TJ about me going to another event this year.
Mm-hmm.
I might be going to one now. Of course, the one in Houston. If I'm alive and well and able to, I'll probably be making that one since it's local.
Yep.
But I'm hoping maybe I can make it to Daytona. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I know you're thinking about it. That, and you've gone to.
You're gonna make it to Daytona.
Oh boy, you went to the one in Dallas, the event in Dallas.
Yeah.
That
was awesome, though.
There was Aquashella, but then you also went to the other event.
Yes, the other event in Dallas as well.
Yep.
It was a DFW Fish Club.
Yep.
Swap. It was awesome,
yeah.
Yo. I got to see the local breeders and hobbyists. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
The Aquashella is cool, but you normally don't see a lot of the local breeders and hobbyists.
Right.
Because Aquashella, you're either trying to let everyone know what you have, or you probably won't make it because of the cost to get in to a booth is not cheap, y'all. At Aquashella.
Yep.
So, I mean, it makes sense why. I know why it's not cheap because Anyhow, that's beside the point. It's and if you want to put your name out there, Aquashella is a good way to do it. If you want to be a vendor at Aquashella and want your name to get out there, that's a good way to do it. But, yeah, everyone, double check you subscribe to Jeff's channel if you want to watch kayaking adventures and more. Hello. Yeah. We ain't going there, y'all, tonight. Hey,
I think you already did, my friend.
No.
Is Ed going live tonight?
Ed? Let's take a look. I would assume yes, but let me just verify that.
And while you do that, I'm gonna go over to the poll, and I'm gonna stop the poll.
I didn't receive a notification for it yet.
Yeah, I ended the poll, y'all. Did you make someone else's day better?
Yeah,
3/4 of y'all
9:30.
said you did. So, thanks, y'all. Hey, eventually, y'all, we might get 100% in the poll for making someone else's day better. So,
Brian said, probably never go to the Clash, would rather save my money for the Clash. Probably never go to Aquashella, would rather save my money for the Clash. Yeah. We will we'll miss you guys this year. We'll be thinking about you, Brian and Foxy. But
Hey,
hopefully next year.
keeping it cool.
Yep.
That sounds exciting. Oh, only problem, I wouldn't fit in though. I'm not very cool. So,
Oh, stop it. I'm pretty sure you just say those
whoever
things
said
so the
fitting
Mariah
in
and
is
I.
being cool.
Yeah, I think it's just so the Mariah and I boost your morale.
stop it. But hashtag. Hashtag wasp. How's that sound?
That's a sign of disapproval.
Oh. Ah. Oh wow, I tried.
Oh my god.
Guys, he means shade. Keep it cool anyway, so we're all good. Right on, Andy. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Aquashella is a. If you want to go just to experience a fish event show, Aquashella is awesome, y'all. There's a lot going on. A lot.
Mm-hmm.
So what should the hashtag be, TJ? Let's send over.
Hashtag fam. Because we've talked about the importance of these events, being a lot of it's the people.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I think we all agree that the most important part and the part that we all look forward to the most is the people.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Hashtag fam.
There was a comment way back that hey Sonny G, I want to bring up. I see we got a little bit of time yet, and I know it's not on topic, but
I think he's talking about the sign.
Don't it though?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Thanks, Sonny G. Yeah, I agree. That painting looks phenomenal, y'all. I agree. I'm blessed to have it in my collection. And sorry, y'all. Deanna's Designs is the artist that did it for me. She did a great job, y'all.
Yep, it's really, really nice.
Hashtag fam for the if you go into the next live stream, if you want, you don't have to, but you want to kind of say tell everyone that we come from. Hashtag fam. But yeah. Hey Zen, are you talking about me? I like it. People over products. Yes,
definitely.
I agree with that.
Yep.
Okay, I think we should go ahead and wrap this up.
Okay.
TJ, what you guys should say to everyone tonight before we head out?
Yeah. Listen, I say it every week. Really enjoyed it. Thanks so much for everybody who comes and joins us here in the chat. It's great to have you all here. Hoping to see a whole bunch of you at the Clash. I think that's like I said, I think it's one of the great things about these events and about the fact that we've got this community that we're all a part of. And to you two guys, thanks as always. I really feel like these Thursday nights are a true gift, and I really enjoy being here with you and having a chance to chat about whatever it is that we decide to chat about. So I just thank everybody very, very much.
And thank you, TJ and Mariah. How about you, Mariah? What you got?
Y'all know me, same as always, every week, y'all. Thank y'all for having me on. Same thanks to everybody in the chat. Those of y'all watching replay, we appreciate y'all for coming and watching us. I hope everybody likes the new scape and the new fish. If you don't, I really don't care because I love it and it's in my house.
Yeah.
I
like it.
But as always, y'all, treat other people how you want to be treated. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. And may God treat you how you treat animals and elders.
Yes. And maybe this might be a new thing, y'all. Kind of short. Ending it earlier than Ed. That way, y'all can get up and go get something to drink or eat, to snack. That way, you're not locked onto your recliner the whole time. So, anyways, y'all, thanks again for coming on. Thanks, my best co-hosts in the world, TJ and Mariah, for joining me. They're the backbone of this operation. For those who don't know, they actually are. To all the moderators, you guys rock. Thanks for keeping the chat clean and put links in the chat, etc. And just being here. Appreciate that. Anyways, let's watch the replay crew. Till next time, peace out, y'all.
Bye, guys. We'll see you next week.
Bye,
And
y'all.
don't forget, give your wife a help with me, because I can't